Hey, welcome back. Today I'm going to run you through our newest release cocktail. It's our Mango Daiquiri. It's one I'm super excited about personally. I love mangoes, I love lime, I love rum. Chuck them all in the same glass together and we're real happy. So there's a couple of different ways that you can enjoy this. We're going to go through them. We'll do a blended version, a slightly more premium blended version, and then like your straight up traditional version. Get into the standard blended first. Standard Mr. Consistent pour of 75 mils of the Mango Daiquiri mix, 45 mils of white rum. Traditionally a rum drink, you can use gin, you can use vodka, probably steer clear of anything that's a little bit too intense in the flavor spectrum. The mango is quite delicate in it and you don't want to overcrowd that in the drink. But I implore you, try any different rum that you can find. We're using Bacardi today. It's a nice neutral blend. There are a million rums on the planet and they all range of different versions of awesome. Spice rum's good, coconut rum's good, flexi rum muscle. You'll be able to find something that works perfect for your palate in this, but 75, 45, and then we ice this up. Now, I'm using a NutriBullet today. It's an appliance that most people will find in their house. The same principles apply regardless of what kind of blender you got. Basically, you just want to ice it up volume-wise a little bit more than what you've got. You know, like you're chilling it down so that it goes to that kind of icy slushy consistency. You need a tiny bit more ice by volume than what you've got in your drink. And your bigger, chunkier ice cubes tend to chill it a little bit faster as well. I'll chuck one more in there. So that's the kind of level of ice to liquid that you're looking for. Get this ready to go. Now, you should be able to tell by sound how it's going. Once the ice stops rather rattling around and it stops jumping around so much, you can be pretty sure that it's going to be a nice smooth consistency. Once it's like that, you want to be able to pour it out. You want it to have that nice kind of silky texture to it, and you want it to be able to stand up by itself. That's the ideal consistency you're looking for. If it's a little bit more watery than that, it's not going to ruin your day. If it's a little bit more icy, it's not going to ruin your day. But that, for me, is your perfect version of it. To garnish that, Mr. Consistent dried lime wheel. Chuck that in and you're good to go. Mr. Consistent frozen mango daiquiri. Cheers. Okay, so the next way I'm going to show you how to make it is much the same. It's a little bit more fancy, a little bit more bougie. It's going to take a little bit more time, a little bit more prep, and a little bit more of your mix. But if you feel like spoiling yourself, it's a little bit nicer. The first one's good. This one just kind of packs a little bit more punch. It's a little bit more intense, you know? So same deal, 75 mils of Mr. Consistent Mango Daiquiri mix. 45 mils of white rum. Again, any rum fits this. Gin fits it, vodka fits it, tequila fits it, white spirits are good. And what I've done differently here is I've just, into like your standard ice cube trays, frozen some of the daiquiri mix. It's just straight daiquiri mix in there. Essentially what you're wanting to do is make this cold enough so that it goes into that nice kind of frappe density. When you do that with just ice, it kind of waters it down a little bit. Now you want it to be watered down a little bit. You dilute it obviously when you shake it in the tin. We've made it essentially to be prepared in that way so that you will experience a little bit of dilution when you're making it. So still use a little bit of normal ice, but probably we'll say 3 of these. Obviously all ice cube trays are different sizes, so use your judgment, have a play around with it, work out what works for you. But Same deal as the first one. You still want to have a little bit of ice. Let's go one more little one. A little bit of ice protruding above the volume of the liquid in there. And then just blend it up exactly the same way. And then, much the same as the last time, let your ears be the guide. When it stops making the sound of ice rattling around, you're probably a pretty good indication that it'll come out nice. And again, you're looking for that nice, smooth consistency where it can stand up on itself like that. That is ideal. That's like your perfect mango daiquiri consistency. To garnish that, just a Mr. Consistent dried lime wheel, and you're good to go. The bougie version of your blended Mr. Consistent mango daiquiri. Cheers. And the final way we're going to make this today is your more standard or traditional version, which is having it straight up. So served no ice in a coupette like that. The reason that we have it in stemware is essentially you want the drink to be as cold as possible. These kind of drinks are best consumed cold. If you hold the cup like this, or like you have it in a tumbler that you're holding with your hands, you're gonna melt it, or you're going to heat it up a little bit too much. So we wanna serve it in a nice stemmed glass. No ice in it, just really straightforward. So again, Mr. Consistent serve of 75 mils of your Mr. Consistent Mango Daiquiri mix. Adding to that 45 mils of white rum. This time I have chosen the Plantation 3-Star. It is one of my favorite white rums on the planet. Really, really nice drink. Ice that up and give it a shake. And then just double strain that out so you catch all those little ice flecks that are in there. Garnish that with a Mr. Consistent dried lime slice, and you're good to go. Mr. Consistent Mango Daiquiri served up. Cheers.